Hello everybody, this is Tom Gunn, and I'm with you today with an estate sale find. And today I found a Rockwell motorized 1-inch sander grinder. I don't know much about these tools. I just know that I see them on YouTube, and I see the YouTubers with it, and they do some great work restoring some tools. I know Scout Crafter's amazing with these. He makes some old tools look like brand new. As you can see here, I was unable to test it because it has one of these safety keys, and I couldn't see if it worked. So as I was perusing the estate sale, I said, let me see if I could find the people running it, and if there's anything else I want, and I'll see what I can do to bundle this together to get a good deal. So the only other thing I saw, because the tools were really picked over, was a quart of transmission fluid. So I took the transmission fluid, and I took this grinder, or belt sander, up to the people running the event, and I just said, hey, it's not working. I can't plug it in. I don't know if it works, if I got to replace the switch. I said, how about $5 for both? And that is a sealed quart of transmission fluid, so that alone's got to be worth about $4 or $5, I'm assuming. And I wanted that so I could clean some tools with it, make a solution. You add some acetone to it, and that makes a great rust breaker. So with those two things, I paid $5. So now let's hope it works. Now to figure out this safety key. So I went online, I did some homework. The Rockwell brand is just, it goes back. I was trying to figure out exactly the model number, if I could find the key. There's just not a ton of information about Rockwell. It was part of the Delta company, so it's actually, when you Google this model number, it brings you to the Delta website. Very few parts still available. One of the parts is still available, is the key. They do cost about $10 from Delta to get the replacement key. You can find them on some other sites for maybe $6 plus shipping. But more importantly, I was trying to just get some information about this. I do believe it's made in the USA. I'll take a closer look at it here in a little bit and do some more homework around it. But I wanted to just see if it could work, and I wanted to get it working, and I needed to bypass this key. So the simplest thing I could do to figure this out, and there's nobody on really YouTube that has a lot of solutions for this, that most people say to use one of those safety caps that you would put in an outlet for childproofing, and you could trim it and cut it and make it work. And I don't have any of those. My kids are all grown up, and I don't have any safety electrical outlets. But what I do have is a lot of zip ties. I was able to just snip a piece off, bend it into a U shape, stick it into the hole. Took about 2 seconds to do this, and let's see how it works. Works pretty well. Works pretty well. So really simple fix. If you ever need a safety key, you could just bend over a piece of wire tie or zip ties and make it work. Now let's see what's next on the list to troubleshoot this and get it running. So like I said, when I went online, this model number 31325 comes back to Delta. Even though it says Rockwell International Tool Group, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, USA. I'm hoping it was made in the USA. It doesn't say made in the USA, but I can't find a lot of markings on this. It does say 3125 as the model number, so I thought that meant it was probably 31 inch. But after doing some homework, it's actually a 42-inch belt that it will use once I'm able to get a belt to go on it. So with that, take a look at the surface here where you would do all your resting materials and stuff, really in great shape. So that to me tells me it was very lightly used. And then when I took it apart, I pulled the top cover off, took a peek in there. There's not a lot of debris in there, just a tiny little bit of sawdust. I was able to just blow it out, but not heavy metal filings or anything like that. And then as you come around to this side where I took the covers off, there's just a little bit of debris in there. Looks like just some wood dust. The concerning part of this, though, is these wheels. And this is the main drive wheel. And I did a little bit of homework on these and started looking into them. Sorry, got interrupted there. Yeah, these drive wheels are a problem, and it's well documented. There's not a lot you're going to find online about this model, but there are some threads, some of them from 2001, 2007. Some of these workshop threads and so forth. And the 42-inch Delta was notorious for this apparently, and these wheels had a urethane coating. It's very similar to what is on a skateboard, and as you can see, as I ran it before, they just started crumbling. The wheels themselves are in great shape. The bearings seem good. This just picks off. You could almost flake it off, and you can see it's starting to come off. So this one had a coating. That's the main drive wheel off the motor. This back wheel has a couple little bit left on it, and the top wheel didn't have any on it. So I don't know if it just wore off or it only was on these two wheels. I'm hoping to chip it all off, get it nice and smooth, and I'm hoping it works without that coating and that the belt doesn't slip. Like I said, I've never had one of these before. I don't know how they work, and I'm thinking it's gonna work without it, and maybe I can find a belt that has a coating on the back of it so it doesn't slip. You can put the tension up on these so if it does slip, you can make it a little tighter, but we'll see how it goes. Okay, I'm back now with a completely cleaned up, taken apart, oiled up, put back together, wiped down, you name it. All the rusted components taken off, buffed, cleaned, put back. The wheels, like I showed you the last time, that were all coated, have been cleaned, taken off. Got all the dust out around any of the components, the motor. As you can see here where the key switch is, I made a key out of a zip tie like I'd mentioned, formed it into a U, heated it up, and held it until it cooled off so it'd be a perfect form, and that is good to go, and the switch works great. The covers, took them off, cleaned them, hit them with a little bit of Armor All, and they're all set to go. And then it's all ready, and I go to Home Depot to get some belts, and they don't sell this size belt. It's a 42-inch belt, and they only had limited sizes. Harbor Freight doesn't sell the 42-inch belt. So I had to wait 2 days to get a set of belts, and I got them on Amazon. And Scoutcraft had told me, I sent him a note, he said, get a good assortment, go light when you use them. So I got basically like an 80 through 320 grit, and they were pretty inexpensive. They got pretty good ratings on Amazon. I think I got about 18 belts here for roughly $16. So now that I got them all, here's the final test to see if this baby will work and that the belts won't slip as I do some work on it. So this is what it looks like with the belt covers on it. Don't know if you necessarily need them. It seems like it would be a pain in the neck to change the belts with the covers on. I did a quick test run and it works great. Just to show you here, this is one I did a test run on. So this is one side, and take a look at that side where I was able to get that to work really well. And that is with the 240 grit. So I'm going to fire it up and do a little bit more on the other side. As you can tell, the motor runs strong. It's not spinning, even though it doesn't have the coating on the belts. There's the other side. In a matter of seconds, you can see how quick it took the rust off. Not as good as this side, which I took a little bit more time. Super excited to be able to use this and restore some tools. So here's one more final look at it. I am super stoked that this thing works so well. I mean, I can't get over it. I spent $5 on this. It's the best $5 I have spent in a long time. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I look forward to making some more videos using this and being able to restore tools. I won't be using it in this room. It does make a mess. I put the rag down there to kind of catch some of it. I'll be moving it into outside of this area into the unfinished part of the garage. But stay tuned for some more videos. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.